have to wonder whether or not they'll take out their anger on Republicans come the fall midterm.
And they will, guys. They are going to take this out on Republicans in November because Donald Trump has made his party a party of one man. You cannot, as a Republican candidate running for office right now, acknowledge how bad the economy is. It is rare to hear any Republican who isn't retiring admit the truth that this economy is fundamentally broken. To admit the truth that we're having billions of dollars of your taxpayer dollars funneled directly to some of the wealthiest individuals in this country, up to and including the President of the United States himself. People are pissed, and they have every right to be, because a healthy, functioning system of government and a healthy, functioning economy never creates the conditions for someone as grossly unqualified as Donald Trump to become president. But people were desperate. They were desperate because the establishment in both political parties was not listening to their needs. They were crying out for relief, and they handed the keys of the kingdom again to a madman that they did not understand. And he did exactly what you would expect a carnival barker to do. He destroyed the economy. He's created the conditions for so much chaos and market manipulation that there is a golden age in America for a handful of wealthy billionaires who already have so much money and power. We have maybe in the history of this country never seen a concentration of wealth and power and influence the way that we have seen it right now in Washington, D.C. They've legalized crime for these people. They've made it easier than ever for them to strip us of our dignity and pick our pockets, and it is wrong. But here's the thing. As much as Donald Trump wants to be a dictator, as much as Donald Trump would love to declare martial law and make sure that there are no midterms, there will be midterms. The people will be heard. People will vote in droves in November. Just as we've seen over the last year and a half. In basically every major election, Democrats have either won that election or they have swung it by double digits. And multiple A-plus and B-plus rated pollsters, including the New York Times and CNN, have shown the Democrats with a double-digit lead in the generic ballot. If we end up in a place where Donald Trump's support in this country collapses to the point where Democrats have a 14% lead in the generic ballot on election day, we win a state like Texas. We win Alaska and Ohio and Iowa and a lot of other places. We create a massive House majority. We take back the Senate. We effectively end Donald Trump's ability to do anything. He won't be able to get his cabinet nominees approved. He won't be able to get his Supreme Court nominees approved. He won't be able to get funding for ICE. He won't be able to lie and cheat and steal from the American people without Congress being able to shine a flashlight on him. He won't be able to get away with this Epstein files cover-up anymore. We are on the precipice of taking our country back. And when we do, we have to do two things. We have to make sure we get real, meaningful accountability for crimes that this administration has committed, and at the same time, we have to deliver for working class Americans. We have to deliver at this point for 70% of Americans. Look at that number from the beginning. 66% of people say the groceries are unaffordable right now. And over half of Americans are reporting that they can't afford to pay their mortgage or their rent. People are giving up on the American dream right now. People are struggling, and they're desperate for a solution. And if the Democratic Party is going to win in a wave in November, if we're going to overcome the cheating, and if we're going to win in 2028 and elect a Democratic president, delivering for those people is the single most important thing that we have to do while providing accountability for these folks so they can't come back. Donald Trump should already be in prison for inciting an insurrection and for stealing from the American people in his last term. We can't let them get away with it again. And the American people have to feel like their lives are improving, like we give a damn about them. Otherwise, they're going to turn to somebody even worse and more corrupt. And this situation can and will get a lot worse. But I believe we can get this right. We have so many great candidates running in November. We have such an opportunity to reshape our government and enter this new era of American politics and the American economy. I think one thing that people underestimate in this moment is that, yes, this is a long, slow, painful, embarrassing fart of an administration, and we all want it to be done. I want it to be done. It's going to be 2.5 more years of this crap, and I'm sorry to people who are sick of it, because I'm sick of it too. But we are going to see massive change in this country. I don't know, and I can't promise that it'll be better, but there's an opportunity for it to be something special, where we can have our moment to retake our country and to create the type of transformative change you read about in a textbook, with Teddy Roosevelt breaking up monopolies and taking on corruption, FDR building the middle class in 100 days, LBJ creating the Great Society. We have an opportunity to do that. And I can't help but in this moment be just a little bit romantic, because I wish none of this was happening. I wish there wasn't ICE agents murdering people in our streets. I wish there wasn't rampant corruption. I wish that the vast majority of Americans could afford their bills and their groceries and be able to buy a house. But maybe the pain of this moment can lead to something great, an opportunity to reshape our government, reshape our economy, and really finally make sure that a guy like Donald Trump, who has been breaking the law his entire life, feels the full weight and power of what accountability can look